Are your cucumber leaves turning yellow and dying? Are your plants dropping flowers instead of giving you fruit? And is this intense summer heat burning your tomatoes to a crisp? What if I told you that a single, cheap packet of kitchen yeast can solve all three of these massive problems? Today, I'm breaking down 3 game-changing gardening secrets you won't find in traditional manuals. We're going to fix those yellowing leaves, double your cucumber harvest using a simple trimming trick, and, if you stay until the very end, I'm going to show you a secret yeast-based heat shield that keeps your tomatoes thriving even in 40+ temperatures. Let's get regular, active baker's yeast working for your garden right now. Method number 1. Yellow cucumber leaves, the microbe booster. If you walk out to your garden and notice your cucumber leaves are losing that rich, dark green color and turning a pale, sickly yellow, don't panic. But you do need to act fast. The very first thing you need to check isn't the leaves, it's the soil right at the base of the plant. Over time, as we water our plants daily, the top layer of the soil packs down tight. It becomes compacted like a brick. When this happens, oxygen can't get down to the roots, and water just sits on top, suffocating them. When a cucumber plant's roots sit in muddy, airless mud for days, they get stressed, stop absorbing nutrients, and signal for help by turning their leaves yellow. Grab a small tool and gently loosen the top 2 inches of soil around your plant. Just be careful not to chop up the main roots. Opening up the soil lets the root zone breathe again, which is the first step to turning those leaves green. Now, let's talk about hunger. Cucumbers grow incredibly fast, meaning they are heavy feeders. They need a constant supply of food. If your older leaves are turning pale yellow, your plant is screaming for nitrogen. Nitrogen is what builds green leaves. If it lacks potassium, your fruit production stalls out. Instead of running to the store for chemical fertilizers that burn your soil microbes, we are going to create a homemade nutrient super drink using standard kitchen yeast. Take a bucket of water and add a generous scoop of well-rotted compost. To supercharge this, add a tablespoon of molasses or regular sugar. These active microbes instantly start breaking down the compost, making nitrogen and phosphorus completely bioavailable to your cucumber roots. Stir it well, let it sit overnight to ferment, and pour it around the base of your plants every 2 weeks. You will see a massive difference in leaf color within days. Lastly, check under those yellowing leaves for tiny uninvited guests. Aphids, spider mites, and whiteflies love to poke holes in cucumber leaves and suck out the sap, leaving behind yellow mottled spots. To stop them naturally, mix a teaspoon of pure neem oil with a few drops of liquid dish soap in lukewarm water. Shake it up really well, because oil and water don't like to mix. Spray the entire plant, making sure to get the undersides of the leaves where these pests hide. Do this early in the morning or late in the evening, so the hot sun doesn't burn the wet leaves. Combine this pest spray with your yeast compost drink, and your cucumbers will bounce back stronger than ever. Method 2. Double your cucumber yield with pruning yeast. Most gardeners think that if you just water a cucumber plant, it will naturally give you dozens of cucumbers. But if you let a cucumber vine grow completely wild, you'll end up with a massive jungle of leaves and barely any actual food to harvest. If you want a crazy amount of fruit from a single vine, you have to use 2 simple management techniques, backed up by a yeast branching spray. First, let's talk about the main vine trap. Left alone, a cucumber vine will just keep growing straight up or out, focusing all its energy on making one single, long stem. The problem is, the main stem mostly produces male flowers, the ones that don't make fruit. The real gold mine is in the side branches, or lateral shoots. That's where the female flowers grow. When your main cucumber vine hits about 2 to 3 feet in length, take your fingers or a sharp pair of scissors and pinch off the very top growing tip. It feels scary to cut a perfectly healthy plant, but trust the process. By removing that main tip, you signal the plant to stop growing longer and start pushing out side branches. More side branches mean more leaves, way more female flowers, and a massive explosion of cucumbers. The second step requires some tough love. You must cut off the very first baby cucumbers that appear on a young vine. I know it hurts to pluck off a perfect little cucumber you've been waiting weeks for. But look at it this way. A young plant only has so much energy. If it spends all its strength growing too early cucumbers, its root system stops developing, and the vine stays stunted for the rest of the season. By removing those first few fruits, you force the vine to invest its energy into building a thick, sturdy main stem and deep, aggressive roots. To help the plant explode with new side shoots right after you pinch the tip, we are going to give it a foliar yeast spray. Dissolve half a teaspoon of dry yeast and a teaspoon of sugar into a liter of warm water. Let it activate for 2 hours until it gets frothy. Spray this directly onto the leaves. The natural plant hormones and proteins in the yeast act as a biostimulant, telling the plant to instantly accelerate lateral bud growth. By combining these three things, pinching the top at 3 feet, removing the first baby fruits, and hitting it with a yeast foliar spray, you establish a powerhouse foundation. Once that structure is set, the vine will easily support a continuous, heavy supply of crisp, delicious cucumbers all summer long without burning out. Method number 3. Protect tomatoes from scorching summer heat. We've made it to the most critical part of the video. June, July, and August can absolutely brutalize your tomatoes and peppers. When the midday temperature spikes, plants go into survival mode. They drop their flowers to save water. Their leaves wilt and the fruits get ugly, white sun-scald marks, but you don't have to watch your hard work burn. We can protect them completely using smart habits and our final, most powerful yeast hack. First, look at your soil. If it's bare and exposed to the sun, it acts like a frying pan, heating up the roots and evaporating water in minutes. You need to lay down a thick 3-inch layer of organic mulch right now. Use straw, dried grass clippings, or crushed dry leaves. This acts like an air conditioner for the soil, keeping the root zone cool and cutting your watering needs in half. Next, change how you water. Don't just splash water on top of the soil with a hose. It evaporates before it sinks in. Use a slow drip system. You can easily make one by poking tiny holes in the bottom of a plastic soda bottle, burying it next to your tomato plant, and filling it up. The water seeps directly down into the deep root zone over several hours. This teaches the roots to grow deep into the ground where it's cool and moist, rather than staying near the scorching surface. And remember, always water early in the morning. This gives the plants a chance to drink their fill and pump water into their cells before the heat hits. Watering at night can trap moisture on the leaves and cause fungal diseases, while afternoon watering is a waste due to evaporation. Now, let's fix a common mistake. Many people think pruning off leaves helps the plant during summer. Don't do it. In the dead of summer, those green leaves act as a natural umbrella. They shade the delicate tomatoes from the intense UV rays. If you prune too heavily, your tomatoes will get sun-scald, which essentially cooks the fruit on the vine. Leave the leafy canopy alone until the extreme heat passes. Finally, here is the ultimate secret to heat-proofing your crops: the yeast anti-stress drench. Extreme heat causes oxidative stress in plants, causing them to shut down. Yeast cells contain high amounts of proline and antioxidants, which are natural compounds that help plants tolerate extreme weather variations. Take 1 packet of yeast, mix it with 2 tablespoons of sugar in a gallon of warm water, and let it sit for 24 hours in a warm spot to fully ferment. Dilute this mixture with another 4 gallons of regular water, and thoroughly drench the soil around your tomatoes and peppers once a week during a heat wave. This flush of nutrients and beneficial compounds strengthens the cell walls of your plants, keeping them upright, vibrant, and actively setting fruit while everyone else's garden is wilting away. Try these yeast methods this week and let me know in the comments below which one worked best for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more natural gardening secrets. See you in the next video.
ਮੋਸਨੇ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਗੋਭੀ ਤੋੜ ਲੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਤੋੜਨਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਗਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚੱਲ ਟੱਬ ਦੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਟੱਬ ਬੈਠੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਥੱਲੇ ਟੱਬ ਰੋ ਬੜੇ ਨਾ ਉੱਤੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਟੱਬ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂ ਉਹ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟੈਂਕੀ